Hey, happy Tuesday, friends. It is February 5th, and here is another check-in on I'm like way off on how my week is going and how things have been, and changes that have been made or progress that I've made. So if you have been following me, you know I am post-Contrave. I've stopped taking Contrave weeks ago, and now this is just kind of a journey on maintaining my weight loss, continuing to hopefully tone and strengthen, and basically push myself to do things that I never thought I would do when I was like 215 pounds. So if you're new, my name is Jessica. I started this channel, I'm a crazy mom of 4 boys, 3 whom are teenagers. So a lot of my videos have to be done in the vehicle because that's the only time I have to do it. So let me fill you guys in. So, I started taking Contrave because I struggled for a very long time with weight loss. I have PCOS, which is no excuse, but I couldn't lose weight if I tried. I was going to the gym with my husband, I was eating sensibly, and I started looking into VSG surgery, which is a vertical gastric, vertical sleeve gastric, VSG surgery. And when it came back that I didn't have a large enough BMI for the surgery, I decided to find different means of weight loss. And so my doctor actually recommended Contrave, and I was willing to try anything. So yeah, I took Contrave for almost a year. It was short by a couple months, but almost a year. And I was, if I'm honest, at my weigh-in time, I was probably about 215 was the highest I had gotten. And today I weighed in, it's fluctuating, but today I was 168. Awkwardly, I think a lot of it was water weight, because I ate kind of salty foods before bed. But I range anywhere between like 164 to 167, kind of like in that range. So I've noticed that I obviously have more energy now. I'm actually finding time to make myself work out on days that I don't have to. I can even say that when I was on Contrave, I would push myself to work out, but like yesterday was considered a rest day in my training schedule, and I pushed myself to do, I think it was like a 30-minute workout, because I wasn't willing to take the loss of exercise in a day. So yeah, it's just kind of crazy. I started wanting to lose weight. I've always been a heavier person, so I've always aspired to be smaller, but I really started my journey on losing weight when about a year and a half ago, so 2 summers ago, I was going for a run with my son, and it was like just he said, let's go for a walk, and I said, let's run, I'll race you. And I barely could make it a mile, and he made a mile before I made it basically a third of a mile. So at that time my son was 12, and I just didn't want to be that mom that couldn't get her ass off the couch to entertain my kids. 3 of my 4 boys are adopted, and my 4th is my stepson, and so he might as well be adopted. I mean, so 4 of my children are not my biological children, but all 4 of them, I've chose to have them in my life, and I chose to be their mom. So if that's the case, I want to be the best mom that I can be, and I want to be able to keep up with them. So I wanted to be able to get off my ass and chase my child a mile to 2 miles or whatever it may be, and be an active parent. I didn't want to be a parent from the couch, which was the rate that I was going. I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to do anything. I had a lack of ambition, just because I didn't feel great about myself. I mean, to be fair, the way you feel about yourself shouldn't reflect in the way that you parent, but unfortunately, it kind of does. You know, you lose... Sorry, this like phone is going all over. You kind of lose that ambition to keep up with your kids, and so my kids played sports, and they'd want to, you know, play catch out in the yard, and I played catch for what, 5 minutes, and then I was tired and I was done. I didn't want to play catch anymore. So that was what kind of was the driving force for me. I didn't want to be that mom that parented from the couch or from the stands. I wanted to be the mom that was out there with them and enjoying them. So, and my kids do love it. Like, if I go for a run now, my kids will ride bikes. Obviously, I live in Michigan and it's winter, so this isn't the opportunity, but my other kids would ride their bikes and, you know, they'll stop and wait for me to finally catch up to them, and then they ride their bikes, you know, further. And so, yeah, that's kind of the gist of my story. So I've had a lot of new subscribers, and I really, really appreciate that you guys are watching. It doesn't do anything for me, but keep me accountable. I am just a person that is like everybody else and struggles on so many levels when it comes to parenting, when it comes to stress, when it comes to eating, when it comes to eating because you're stressed, when it becomes stress because you're eating, you know, all of these different things. You know, I'm a parent just like everybody else, and I work a full-time job, and I'm just trying to put it out there that you're not alone. So, and there's no shame in how you lose your weight. So for me, it was weight loss medication that really was like catalyst for me. So yeah, anywho, today I weighed in at like 168.4. Like I said, I think it's because I ate dinner late last night. I had shake and bake chicken. I had broccoli, which I'll give you guys like my favorite way to cook broccoli. I had broccoli, and I had a pretzel roll, and I had corn on the cob. But I'm sure none of that helped when I ate it at 8 o'clock at night. And so I retained water before bed. I'm sure it'll be fine. I posted a picture, so if you're new, I have an Instagram. Both are my personal accounts, but my Instagram is jmorri9, M-O-R-R-I 9. And I posted a picture on there, and I posted a picture on my Facebook that your scale weight is just a number, because I weighed in December and I was about 165. I weighed in January, it's about 165, and today I weighed in at 168, and you can tell there is complete definition and changes from all three weights. So I have been kind of down on myself and struggling with the fact that like I'm plateauing, but it's not necessarily a plateau. I'm making changes. Just because my scale doesn't reflect it doesn't mean it's not happening. So that was something I wanted to share today, because I know for me it's a huge struggle when you're really working to lose weight and you're not seeing the changes you're hoping to see. And it's not that it's not working, it's working. And sometimes somebody told me not to take progress photos, that I'm really like obsessing over it, because occasionally I'll just take a picture and then I reflect back on those pictures and be like, yeah, I felt so good at this weight. And last summer I was a little bit more than what I am now, and I just felt so good about myself. And so I went back and reflected on those pictures, and it's because I was so toned at that time, when it really does a doozy on me. And so staying cooped up is really difficult. And in the summertime, I'm outside in my yard. We don't come in until dark time, and I'm up before it's dark or light out. So yeah. So let me give you like a little broccoli. I have an air fryer, and I like to do it with either frozen. You can do it with frozen or fresh. So if I have fresh broccoli, I just throw it in my air fryer. I put a little bit of garlic and a little bit of salt on it, or like garlic powder and salt, and I throw it in the air fryer for probably 15 minutes, and it gets kind of crunchy. It is so good like that. I don't know why I like it. I like it like a little dry and a little crunchy and kind of crispy. It's so good to me. So if I have frozen, I microwave in the steamable bags, and when it finally gets, you know, thawed out, I then throw it in the air fryer and throw it on for probably 20 to 25 minutes with salt and garlic. And then when it comes out, it's soft and yet still kind of that crunchy, dried, crispy taste. It is so good. I love it like that. So that was what I had for dinner last night anyways. I guess I kind of get stumped at times, like what to share, because I feel like it's a monotonous week in, week out. I'm on week 3 of my training. So I'm training for an April half marathon. It's nothing that I ever thought I could do, but it's something that I've always aspired to do. but I've hated running my whole life. The only time I ever had to run was when somebody told me to, so I hated it. Now I'm realizing like it's such a stress reliever. It is like so freeing to me to get out there and run. I love hitting the pavement. I live kind of out in the country, as you can tell, and I love hitting the pavement and seeing how far it can take me. If I have to run on a treadmill, I will, but my favorite thing is to run on the road. I just love it, and I take my dog, which makes it that much better. I have a golden retriever, and he just loves to go, so I ran almost 5 miles on Saturday, but unfortunately, it was like 50 degrees, which was beautiful, but it was all the snow had melted, and it was still icy, and so unfortunately, I had to stop because my shoes got soaked. I had to call my husband to come get me. But yeah, so I don't really know what to update with. I mean, unfortunately, but fortunately, there's still movement going on. Unfortunately, I feel like it's a weight plateau. I still try to eat very healthy. I keep saying unfortunately. It's not that I have cut out anything. Today I ate half a piece of cheesecake. Usually I would have ate the whole thing. Today I found it a victory that I only ate half of it. I tracked it, and I have been tracking on LifeSum, which is an app that I heard somebody else reference, and I really do like it. So it kind of gives you a little bit of macro tracking, which is nice, but it also syncs up with my Fitbit, which is nice, and so yeah. Oh, I do have a question for you guys. Okay, so I have an Android phone. I have a Fitbit Versa. If you have any like fitness tracking devices, please tell me. I looked into a Garmin and I looked into a Samsung, and I don't know which is better than the next. So the Fitbit Versa syncs up to my phone. That's the only GPS tracking it has, and it has a glitch in its system. So if I'm running on the road, it like shows me cutting through like fields and stuff. So it takes off my distance, which is super frustrating. So if you're trying to get 3 miles, my Fitbit came back and tracked I did 2.2, but it had me cutting through fields that I obviously never cut through, and it just shortened my distance for whatever reason. So if you guys have a Garmin or a Samsung or something like that, please let me know, because I would love to hear your input on what you think is a really good fitness tracking device, because I'm kind of frustrated and really irritated with my Fitbit. So there's that. I just wanted to share my weekly update, I guess. I appreciate all that watch, and I hope that you guys are having a great day, and I hope you guys are having a great week, and know that we're all alike and we're all in this together, and you're not alone on your journey. If this week is a bad week and you've gained weight, this week could also be an amazing week and you could turn it around. So I hope that maybe this kind of finds you some inspiration that you are stronger than you think you are, and you can do it. So don't let your skill to define you, and go kick ass and go work out. And if you eat a piece of chocolate, I'm not going to tell. All right, you guys, hope you have a great week. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.